Hello and welcome back to Learning the Lyre Harp. My name is Sharon. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the type of music sheets that are out there and what you can use for yourself. This is in response to a couple of questions that I received about what type of music sheets they should be using and if they can adopt a music sheet from one instrument into playing the lyre. So I have prepared a few examples of it, and I'm just going to share my screen with you right now and we can go over them very quickly. I'm going to be using Amazing Grace for this example. As you can see, this music sheet that you are looking at right now is created for the piano. A lot of the questions that I have received so far is, can I use piano music sheets to play my lyre? And the answer to that is yes, you can. But you will need to make some alterations. Alterations because in this song, for instance, this is in a G scale. So you would either need to take your lyre and make sure that all of your F are sharp, as you can see right here. In the G scale, all the Fs are sharp, so you could either do that onto your lyre and then you can go ahead and play it, or you could transpose this to the scale that your lyre is in. My lyre is in the key of C, so if I wanted to play it without having to retune my lyre, then I would need to transpose this song to the key of C, or find the music that's already transposed to the key of C. Now, another note in here as well is because it's made for the piano, it's got a lot of range. So you could see here that it goes quite down on the scale, and it goes quite high up as well too. So depending on the size of your lyre, you may need to do quite a few adjustments to it to make sure that you can play it. What I would suggest here is play the melody, concentrate on the melody first, and then later on maybe add the harmony notes, right? Same on the melody line here on the first staff. That's because in most cases, especially on the modern lyres, I have a 19-string lyre here, so I can go as low as the F. That's as low as I can go right here. I cannot do any of these notes that are below the F note because I don't have them. I don't have enough strings. So you kind of have to figure out which strings you have, how high you can go and how low you can go. So anything below the second line here, which is the F line, I cannot play. So the most important for me to look at is the melody. Make sure that all of the melody are within the range of my lyres. If it's not, then I can either adjust it down to fit my lyre, but definitely in this instance here, it doesn't go above my highest note, which is the highest C here, C6. So I can play all of the melody on this song, no problem, and I would probably add the harmony notes right below it. That's what I would do for myself. And if I feel like it, I might add other notes that are also included in the chord. This next one that we're looking at, this is arranged for the harp. And I play the harp as well, and I have a lot of friends that play the harp. So again, similar to the piano, I would be asked is, can I use harp music? And again, just like the piano, yes, you can, but you would need to make the same adjustments that you would need for the piano. Make sure that the music that you're looking at, the music that you're going to be playing, is within that range. So you would have to eliminate the same thing. I on my 19-string lyre, I can go up to C, so I am okay here with all of the melody notes. But all of these bottom notes, I can't use all of them because I can only go as far down as the F. So I would need to redo the left hand, either simplify it or add a different bass notes, different harmony notes below, or just play the melody as I feel like it. So it's really up to you. If you want to do a bit of harmony, you could kind of follow this similar pattern, but just reduce the number of notes to the scale that is available to you on your lyre. This third one that you're looking at is what people call a fake book. Um, a fake book because it doesn't show you what to do with your left hand. It's not completely laid out for you. I personally love this style of music sheets because it allows me to be creative and to put my own spin. I love creating music. I love making arrangements. So for me, this is quite nice. um, I'm just gonna go back to the piano music sheet here so you can have a quick of reference. So this one here, as you can see, tells you exactly how to play it, note for note. But when you come to a fake book like this one, the important part is keeping with the melody, but then you have the freedom to improvise on the left hand and improvise on the harmony notes. So in this particular one, this is in the key of F. So if you would play this one, my lyre is not tuned to the key of F right now, but I'll just play a couple of bars for you. It starts with a C, and then it goes up to A. So if I were to play this one, because my first chord is an F, I could just take an F. I could go C and F at the bottom. Okay, I can go. So all I did there is added some of the chord notes to my hand to play it. I mean, I was using just my right hand just to demonstrate it for you. So you could kind of see how you would turn Amazing Grace in this kind of fake book format, or it's also called a lead sheet format because it gives you an idea of how to play the melody and gives you the chord to add your harmony. So this is what people would call either a fake book or a lead sheet. Here is another copy of a lead sheet. This one is in the key of G, same as the other two, the harp music and the piano music sheet that I showed you. And this is a bit more simplified as well. And as you can see here, your first chord is in G, and you would see that there's some blank areas here where it doesn't tell you what chord to use. And what you would simply do is, if it's a G here, you would play the G chord on every bar until it changes. So for this one here, I would play the G chord with this bar and also with this bar, and it changes to C, and I go back to G, and then G chord again, and then a G chord again, and then to D. This is a D, and then G and G. So as you can see, all of the blank ones, you just use the previous chord that was indicated, and you only change to the chord when it indicates you to do so. Slide here of Amazing Grace, you would see that there are no notes involved. Now this is a lead sheet, and it's something that you would normally see when you are playing say a guitar or a ukulele, and all you need to do is play the chords above the words where it's showing. So for example, on Amazing Grace here, it starts with a G, and my lyre right now is tuned to the key of C, so it might sound a little bit off, but I'm just gonna play it for you anyway, just so you can kind of have an idea. So it says, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. So you could hear that I only pluck the chords when I am saying the words and the chord is right above it, and I'm changing the chord to exactly the chord that it's showing me. You can play it using a block chord that I just did here, or you could play it arpeggiated, which means you play the notes one at a time. So for example, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. So either way would work. You could also strum the chords if you want by using the black and strum method. And that would be something like this. Amazing. I'm not so good with the block chord. Grace, how sweet the sound. Kind of get the idea. I'm not the best at blocking, and this lyre is also not the best at blocking because it's um, it's in a different orientation. The lyres that goes where the low notes are up top is better for playing the strumming method. So see, with the examples that I showed you, there's a wide range of variety of music that is available to us, and we can definitely use any of these music sheets to use on our lyre and play the music that we love. We just need to make a little bit of minor adjustments to make sure that the music that we are playing is in the scale that our lyre is in. So make some minor tweaks by either transposing that song to the scale that your lyre is tuned to, or you could retune your lyre to match what the music sheet is asking for, and as well as making sure that all of the notes that we are playing are within the range of our lyre. So if the range of our lyre is from F to high C, which is what mine is, then make sure that all the notes that you are playing are within that range, and make some minor tweaks and bring in any of those notes that are outside of our lyre range into that range. So those are a couple of tweaks that you could use. And if you are good with reading music, then definitely, the sky is the limit for you, because you can make those adjustments as you see fit, because you could read the music. If you don't know how to read music, don't despair. The last example that I gave you is a great way to play your lyre without knowing how to read music, because playing by chord is very simple, and it also opens us to a big world of music out there without having to read music. So just by learning a few chords, learning to play your triads, learning to play the inversions, you can play a lot of music out there, especially popular music. And I have a few tutorials. I will link them on the cards at the end of this thing so that you could browse through them and watch them. Take whatever learning that you can take from those videos and adapt them to any new songs that you are wanting to play. So that's it for now. I hope that this has kind of shown you a little bit more information and you are excited to play your lyre. Again, if you have any questions, drop them down in the comment. I do read them and I try to respond as quickly as I can. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. This way we can get the videos out to more people. As always, that's it. Have a great day. Happy playing.